What's up, guys, and welcome to the Return of Wrestling Roundup. This is where I basically talk about things going on in WWE, TNA, maybe even the indie scene. Basically anything going on in the wrestling world that I want to discuss. And there's been a lot as of late. The WWE is completely redoing itself. They decided that, Vince decided that this has been a while, but I haven't really talked about it, that pro wrestling, words like wrestling, wrestle, are not going to be spoken in commentary. And then he took it one step further this past week. He decided that the WWE will no longer be known as World Wrestling Entertainment. It's known as WWE. And I'm not very happy about this, because I feel like it's a spit in the face to all of us. All the loyal fans who have been watching for over 10 years. Me, 20 years. I feel like this is the final nail in the coffin for me when it comes to WWE. Last week was going to be my last week watching Raw. I was like, you know what? This is it. Unless they can really do something to interest me, I'm done. And then they had Edge retire. And I was like, oh, you know what? Let's see where they take this. If he's really retiring and he has to drop the title, then maybe it's, someone else getting the ball running with it. It might be just what the WWE needs. So, I watched. Turns out he is really retired. And I'm like, I feel bad because, it's a guy's life and I feel bad that it had to be taken away like that. But at the same time, I've never been a fan of Edge's, especially when he, after that whole Matt Hardy Lita debacle, because I felt like he and Matt were friends at the time, and that was just a spin in the face to his friend. He's a good wrestler, but there's a lot of good wrestlers out there, so maybe some of the better wrestlers will have a better attitude and keeping loyalties, because I feel like when he did that to Matt, it showed that he wasn't a loyal person, and you have to be loyal in the wrestling business. Loyal to the company, loyal to whatever. Loyal to the fans. And when he did that to his best friend, it was like, he has no loyalty. Face or heel, you have to have loyalty. Speaking of Matt Hardy, last night, I talked about this in my previous vlog. I met him last night again, and he was very, very personable, and he was just, really likable. And I told him how I was really impressed on Impact when he win a match by submission. And it was just seeing Matt Hardy win a match with not using the off the top rope leg drop or the twist of fate. It was really impressive. And now that happened to be Impact. It's a TNA. I hear that they've been thinking about renaming TNA. It'd be a bad idea, because the fans know it as TNA. It was NWA TNA when it started. And if they rename it, I think it'll kind of do more damage than good. So, we'll see where that goes. But also on Impact, I saw the Hogan storyline, where he is in charge of, what's the group's name? The Hulkamaniacs, or it's not Fortune. His team, I can't remember the name of it right now. It's I don't remember at all. It was the team that's going against Fortune. It's a team that has Matt Hardy, Gunner, Ben Murphy. What are their names? I can't remember the name of the team. Anyway, that sucks. But they have a really big alliance there, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's happening, because I think it's going to end up being there's going to be a brat in the group, because on Impact you saw that Eric Bischoff talking and wanted to know who the rat is talking to the network, and I can't wait until they give the network a face. That's going to be really interesting to see who they come up with for that. And speaking of TNA, Hogan and Flair are both basically their managers and stay on the outside now. If they stay on the outside, then I'm all for it. I like that they're not getting in the ring and they're giving more guys a chance to get in the ring and wrestle. Because right now, pretty much, you're either in Fortune or on their side, or you're in Hogan's team, which I can't remember the name. It's really bad. Keep in mind, I just started watching Impact this past week. I haven't watched it for 6 months. Matt Hardy came in. So I watched it for a little while, and then I just got tired of seeing Hogan every week and just same old thing. So I stopped watching it for about a month, and now I'm getting back into it. So give me a chance to really, get my, grips with that. But I'm gonna start watching it a lot more religiously because WWE is like hanging by a string. It's like a very, very thin string. Like I'm just so close to not watching. The only thing keeping me watching the WWE is guys like Daniel Bryan, who have heart and have the talent, who need some work, but guys who are actually wrestlers. I'm not talking about the John Cena's of the company. And I guess, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to see what happens in pro wrestling. Because WWE is starting to really lose a lot of its appeal. So, but I'm thinking the WWE without Edge, it could get interesting if they do it right. Now, I predict Alberto Del Rio is going to win the world title, and Christian's going to get overlooked yet again. But I don't think the WWE looks at Christian as a title-worthy wrestler. So I don't think he's going to get any push at all after this. I think it's going to end at Extreme Rules when Alberto Del Rio wins the title, and he's going to go on and feud with someone else, leaving Christian to just drift off on Superstars, which isn't even on TV anymore, so he's really going to start like drifting. I think that's pretty much it. Like basically, the WWE, they need to step up their game, or they're going to lose a very, very loyal watcher. I haven't been watching the WWE. I'm not even a fan. I can't even say they're going to lose a fan, because I haven't been a fan of WWE since they fired Matt Hardy. So all I am is I'm an enthusiast. I'm a WWE enthusiast, where I'm watching it just to see. It's like watching the Titanic sink. I'm just waiting, I'm just watching as it sinks. So TNA, keep up the good work. Maybe work on a couple things, like getting guys like Jay Lethal on the air, and showing a little more often just the one main storyline with Eric Bischoff and Hogan, and you'll have a fan on your hands, because as I just said, I'm very loyal. WWE, they have done a lot of dumb things when it comes to storylines. Through everything, I've stayed with them. So, if the TNA definitely, stays on top, start to work on their other storylines like they are with this Hogan storyline, I will watch them until the day they go under, which I hope is never. So, alright, that's it for now, guys. Hope you enjoyed my 2 cents. That's all for now.